Welcome back. With the government-funded Paycheck Protection Program ending, benefits for small businesses are leveling off and leaving many local business owners on their own on the road to economic recovery. But small businesses continue to be challenged by factors such as the increased spread of the Delta variant and increasing supply shortages both in goods and labor. Joining me with recent research findings on the Paycheck Protection Program's impact on the health of small businesses and how local businesses can prepare for long-term success post-COVID, from Dun & Bradstreet, Amber J. Cox, Vice President, Data Science, and Amber Colley, Senior Director, Sales Enablement and Small Business Advocate. Thank you both for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Hi, thank you.
Let me start with you, Amber J. What has the PPP program demonstrated about the length of financial support and the types of support needed for small businesses?
Yeah, that's a really great question. As you know, the Payment Protection Program provided nearly 12 million loans to businesses, sometimes helping them stay afloat during this really unprecedented time. And while the impacts across industries do vary, Dun & Bradstreet's research indicates that those businesses that did receive a loan were less likely relative to their peers to be delinquent on payments to vendors and suppliers, which in turn tends to help businesses avoid bankruptcy. Now, these effects of avoiding delinquency over time were more pronounced for businesses and industries like retail, restaurants, and transportation. However, despite the benefits from PPP that we see, they appear to have actually peaked around the second month and stagnated thereafter. This leads us to hypothesize that perhaps multiple rounds of timely stimulus could be part of an overall solution for struggling businesses to regain health, in addition to small businesses developing business plans that aim to achieve long-term resilience.
Which industries have been most impacted, and how do you think the Delta variant has challenged those industries?
Yeah, this is a very timely question. And as we know in the past that COVID created many challenges for small businesses, but these series of unexpected events that impact industries differently further impact companies. These range from global supply chain bottlenecks to labor shortages to natural disasters, as well as this Delta variant. So it's really important to understand that each one of these events has a domino effect where the impacts tend to compound. And so despite these challenges, what we do see in industries such as professional, financial, and health services, they're showing very strong demand. And in general, other industries that are just foundational to business operations like utilities, energy, and financial services, while they were impacted, are actually showing improved financial health. So when we think about the impact on specific industries, some of the research that we did on previous government relief is really relevant. And as I mentioned before, we find that the financial support really did help small businesses weather an unexpected time, where on average for businesses across all industries and of all sizes, that aid increased the probability that businesses would remain current on payments. But as I kind of alluded to before, the timing of that relief really matters. And so, for example, in the retail industry and for businesses that are a bit smaller of about 10 to 50 employees, they may have benefited from earlier and more timely aid to pay their bills and staff on time. But as you mentioned, the spread of the Delta variant, in light of that, Dun & Bradstreet's measure of business health is actually showing very strong signs of small business recovery.
Thank goodness for that, but they're still facing some challenges, right, Amber J?
Yes, that is correct. As I mentioned before, there are shipping disruptions that are delaying goods, and these are sometimes exacerbated by things like port closures or natural disasters. We also have labor shortages and then inflationary concerns. So as businesses consider this, they're really grappling with this idea of developing near-term solutions to these challenges, while also looking to mitigate that risk of future impacts. And so from Dun & Bradstreet's side, we would recommend a few things. First, that they create a sustainable operation that's agile enough to be able to withstand one of these unexpected events. And two, as I mentioned, the financial measures for business health, saving for a rainy day will help them ensure that they have the financial support if, for example, one of these unexpected or compounding events actually occurs. And last, if they identify new business opportunities, it will really position them for future growth.
So Amber C, people, A, want to spend money with small businesses and support their communities, and B, business owners are still struggling. How can small business owners then prepare for survival after those initial rounds of loans and private capital or government funding runs out, especially if they're already behind the eight ball?
Absolutely. And our message is do not give up hope. Any type of recovery program, whether it's natural disaster or economic recovery related, it comes in stages. So there's a growing number of financial institutions, private lending options, additional government programs that may arise in the coming months. And then plan ahead. So having a sound business credit profile may also be key in obtaining access to additional funding, and tap your resources. Don't forget to tap all of the resources that are available to small businesses. And that can vary from state and federal loans and grants to getting help with understanding your business credit profile. Leverage those resources that will possibly give your business access to funding, and that could help you keep afloat in the short term as well as help you grow in the future.
And when it comes to applying for any additional funding that's going to help them evolve their business operations to withstand future unexpected events, what should business owners keep in mind?
Keep in mind, create a business plan. It's best to have a roadmap for how you're going to spend the funding before you receive the funding. And then focus on sustainability and growth. There's always going to be challenges and unexpected events that arise. We know this. So focus on the areas of your business that will allow you to stay agile and even grow in time. So for example, if you're a brick and mortar business, there are ways that you can invest in technology that allow you to capture this growing e-commerce market that's happening, or ways that you can use data to place a spotlight on new growth opportunities or prospects. And then ask yourself these types of questions to help plan for your future. And as importantly, measure your performance. This is a key important thing to do. Set goals ahead of starting any new venture, because this is going to allow you to track your progress and make sure your goals are actionable and measurable.
And where can we go for more information?
Small business owners and entrepreneurs can go to dnb.com, like David Nancy boy.com, and you can find all types of resources to help you plan, manage, launch, and grow your business.
Well, that was a lot of information. What a gold mine the two of you have been. So guys, if you have a small business, I'm sure you've had to make many choices over the last year and a half just to keep the doors open. And I hope that you found this information really helpful. I want to thank Amber J. Cox and Amber Colley from Dun & Bradstreet for joining me.
Thank you very much.